How did I make $27,656 in just 24 hours without lifting a finger? And the answer is AI. And this isn't one of those vague AI is the future videos. I'm about to show you exactly how I built a conversational AI bot that is powered with a reactivation campaign, and I let it do all of the heavy lifting. So it booked the appointments, it followed up, and all I did was watch it happen. But this isn't just a chat bot, it's a fully automated sales assistant. Here's how it worked. I designed a reactivation campaign to reach out to old leads that were sitting in the database, leads that most people forget about. But instead of me manually chasing them, the AI jumped in, started the conversations, handled the objectives, and booked appointments for me. And those appointments, they turned into $27,656 in revenue. And it wasn't luck, it was a system that was built out specifically for me the way that I wanted it to operate. So let's go ahead and dive into exactly how I did this. I'll be breaking down step by step how I created the AI, how I created the campaign, and how I launched it. So let's not waste any more time. The first thing that you are going to need to do this is some type of CRM platform. If I had to pick one, it would be GoHighLevel. And if you've seen any of my videos, you probably already knew that I was going to say that. So what this can do, it's a customer relationship management software that can manage all of your conversations. You can create calendars. You can have all your contacts in one place, create all of your opportunities, integrate payment processing platforms, create automations, create websites, landing pages, etc. This video is not long enough for me to actually go in to every little thing that this thing does, but you should 1000% use it. So let's go into how we're actually going to create this AI. So the first thing we need to do is create a reactivation campaign. So we're going to go to automations down here, and then we're going to go into our test folder, and we are going to create a workflow, and we're going to start from scratch. And I'm going to name this reactivation test. Now, the workflow session in GoHighLevel it's one of my favorites. It has the most sophisticated automation tools out of any CRM that I have ever used, and I've used a lot. And they just break it down to be very simple. And because it has more and more integrations, like every week, you're able to continuously do more as it continues to update. So you can select a trigger up here for what is going to start this. Now, just to give you some examples of triggers that we use to start some of our workflows, you could do form submissions. So if someone submits a Facebook lead form, you can trigger a series of events to happen. In this case, we don't need one because we're going to manually push our leads into this. So we're going to start right here, and we're going to make an SMS campaign. Now, this isn't going to be like a normal reactivation campaign, and I'll explain exactly why. When the people respond to our messages, we're actually going to have AI jump into the conversation and handle the entire thing for us. So first thing we're going to do is, so we created our SMS action. Let's go to ChatGPT, because we are going to say, create me, and let's just say this is for a marketing agency. Create me a reactivation campaign for a marketing agency that is offering 50% off their services. These will be SMS campaigns, and this is only a 48-hour offer. Okay, this is significantly better than I thought it was going to be in the first time. Okay, so here's exactly what you're going to do. You're going to copy the message. So this is message number 1. We're going to paste that in here. Perfect. Love this. And then you can do exactly what it says. So insert any links that you would need to insert. Reply interested. I love using keywords because you want to make it, sometimes I'll just say reply why. You want to make it as user-friendly, the same way you would build your funnel. You want to make your funnel, you make it very easy for anybody to opt in, and you want to make sure that the next step is very clear. So there should be a button that says book now or whatever. The next call to action should be a no-brainer. And that's exactly how you want to make your reactivation campaigns. It should be very easy for the person to say yes. So you tell them all you have to do is to reply interested to learn more. And that's it. You don't have to answer any fancy questions or fill out a form or whatever. This is great. So we're offering a 50% off marketing services, 48 hours only. Beautiful. So we're going to save this action. And then what we're going to do is we always want to have follow-ups in our campaigns. So we're going to add a wait period. And right now this just looks like a normal reactivation campaign, but I promise it's not. We're going to wait 1 day, and we're going to have another, actually, instead of time delay, we're going to do contact reply. Okay, perfect. So SMS is sent. We wait for a contact reply. If they do reply, this happens. And if they don't reply, this happens. That is basically what that's saying. Now, once we've created this and we have this little split decision tree here, we're going to click these 3 dots. We're going to copy it. We're going to copy all actions from here, and we're just going to paste it. So now if the person doesn't reply, then we're sending another message. And this is going to be message number 2 in our reactivation campaign. So we'll leave that as is. Reply yes, making it easy, beautiful, awesome. gave us an error. We have to make sure we're always selecting the reply to. Click these 3 dots. We're gonna copy all actions here. You could make this as long, you could follow up as much as you want, by the way. And then let's just use this one. But for the sake of this video, we're only doing 3 messages and we're gonna save. Okay, here's where the fun part comes in. So now, if they don't reply, it's coming to this side. We don't have anything here yet, but we're gonna click the plus button and we're gonna type in conversational. You're gonna do appointment booking conversational AI bot. When this gets, we need to select a calendar. So let's select introduction call or whatever calendar that you're creating in your system, right? That it's going to book onto. And now we need to prompt the AI and we need to prompt it accordingly so that it does all the right things. For example, for the personality, you are a bot tasked to assist customers, your primary goal. Okay, so here's what we are going to say. You are a bot tasked to assist or to book appointments. Your goal is to respond to people who reply, and then you're going to put all of your keywords: interested or yes or start. Perfect. Build trust, guide customers towards booking an appointment. Beautiful. That's the biggest thing. Okay, awesome. And then all of this is already here. You don't actually manually have to type anything. But we're going to get into prompting 101. So conversation guidelines, this is great. It's going to give it rules to follow. All of this is templated already here. You don't have to do any of this. So baseline, you're going to have a really solid setup here. Now, we're going to draw some dashes and we're going to create another section. And we're going to put your main goal is to message interested prospects and ask them a series of qualifying questions, then book an appointment. And then you're going to put here are the qualifying questions, 1, and then we need to come up with some questions. So for a marketing agency specifically is what this example is being based on, but this will work for anybody. It doesn't matter if you're a chiropractor, if you own a medical spa or a lash studio, whatever. So what type of business do you own? Question number 1, like that. And are you currently running paid ads? And it'll be really conversational when it asks these questions. But the big thing here is you want to give it a primary goal or primary objective. And in this case or a scenario, it is booking the appointment, right? That's our main goal. And then you want to give it many objectives along the way. So in this specific scenario, it is asking qualifying questions. So it must get the answers to the qualifying questions before continuing the conversation. This is where a lot of people mess up. So a lot of people will say, deem the bot that they create unsuccessful because of the bot itself, but it's really because of the prompting. You need to make sure it's prompted accordingly so that it hits those many objectives while it's trying to actually get to that main objective. And then we'll add something at the bottom like, do not book the appointment unless all questions are answered, and only ask 1 question per message. Awesome. You can add additional layers to this as well. One really cool trick that I use is I will take this entire thing. So actually, let's go ahead and do it here. So if you want to test this, since these are SMS messages, one of the only ways you could is if you actually were texting it back and forth, re-enrolling yourself, and it gets kind of old. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to pull up another window here. We're going to go to settings. You're going to go to conversational AI. This is actually a huge cheat code, by the way. We're going to go to appointment booking, right? So we're going to conversational AI bot, create bot, appointment booking. You're going to go to, you can leave all this as is, it doesn't really matter. Go to bot goals, and we're going to delete all of this. And instead, you're going to replace it with all of this. Boom. You're going to copy this. And you're going to delete that, paste it. Beautiful. And then we're going to save. And now what you can do is you can come over here and you can test it. Interested. Great to hear. What type of business you own? Med spa. Afternoons. Like, this is already working great and I've barely done anything. See, this is why I don't understand why people say that conversational AI doesn't work. So this is a really perfect example. A couple of things that I would obviously change, which you can do with prompting, right? There's so many people that would just complain right off the bat. But you see like great to hear, exclamation, awesome, great to, or awesome, exclamation. I don't want my bot to sound excited 1000% of the time because it's very non-human-like. Some people talk like this, but I would rather it not, right? So one easy thing you could do is come in here after this and put your extras, right? So I call these extras. So this is like while you're testing it and making iterations, you can put like, do not use exclamations or sound too excited. It is not human-like. So tell it what you want and then why. And we're going to save, and let's try this again. Click our refresh button, see if it does it twice in a row. There we go. So it Great to hear. What type of business do you own? Got it. Are you currently running any paid ads for your med spa? That's perfect. Okay, so we've pretty much gotten exactly where we want. You're gonna wanna go over to bot settings, and the only thing you wanna manipulate here is, actually this isn't associated with the bot that we created. So actually we're gonna go right back over here. So now the only thing we have to add is that one additional thing, which was this. So we're gonna copy it and we're gonna add it here. Maximum messages is basically how many messages it wants to allow to go back and forth before it caps it. I usually just put 20, and then we have a timeout period. Let's not worry about that at the moment. Channel, SMS, wait time before responding in seconds. You want to do something between 10 and 15. You don't want it to be so fast that it's unrealistic that it's actually a human responding. So let's go 12, and then we'll save the action. Perfect. Now, all you have to do is copy this action and do it for every no reply scenario. And we've already tested it. I've showed you an easy way to test it so you know that it works. And now what this is going to do to give you a kind of like a high level breakdown, no pun intended, we're going to force contacts into here, and it's going to send them a text message, which is this one. If they reply to our keyword, it's automatically going to send it in here, and our AI is going to take over the conversation and book an appointment on our calendar. If it doesn't reply, then we're going to send a second follow-up message, and if they reply to that one, same thing is going to happen. If they don't reply, we have a third message, and if they do reply to that one, finally, then it's going to kick in the AI bot. And we can make this as long as we want. I just did 3 messages for the sake of this video. Now, here's what we want to do. We want to activate this, and we're going to come back. We're going to go to our contact section, and we're going to pretend we have thousands of contacts in our database because that's exciting. And we're going to select this right here, and we're going to add to an automation. And we're going to select the workflow. The one that we just created was reactivation test. Here's actually something really smart to focus on. Even when you're sending emails, if you're mass sending emails, you can burn a domain by sending too many at once, or you'll end up going to people's spams because they mark you as spam or whatever it might be. So what we do is we use something called drip mode, because you can do the same thing with phone numbers. You don't want to burn your phone number. So we're going to do something in drip mode, and let's just pretend we have 1,000 contacts in here. In the action, we're just going to call leads. Doesn't matter what you name it. You can start it whenever you want. Batch quantity. This is what we want to focus on. So this is how many messages we want to send, and then we want to repeat that action over how many days. So to give you an example, let's say we want to send 100 text messages per day to 100 new users, and we want to do that every day. We would repeat it after 1 day. So now it's going to send 100 messages, or it's going to enroll 100 new people to that campaign that also has follow-ups, and then it's going to wait 1 day, and it will send 100 new ones. But those 100 from yesterday are still going to get the follow-ups. So day 2 will still have 200 total messages being sent, and then day 3 will have 300, and it will keep going, depending on how many that you have. And it's a lot easier to avoid burning your phone number that way. So you want to make it as close to it being like a human action as possible, if that makes sense. So like, for example, a human is not capable of sending 1,000 text messages at once. So you don't want to do that. Okay, not capable of sending 100 messages at once, but I'll even show you a way where you can make it more human-like as well. So we have this set up here, repeat after 1 day. Beautiful. And let's say we want to operate during business hours only. So this is 8 a.m. It's just so if someone actually does positively reply, if we do want to give them a phone call instead of letting our AI take over, we know that we're operating during business hours. So we'll do 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and then we would just add all of those contacts to the automation and we would be set. One last thing that we could do, and this is just one quick tip, it's not necessary for 100 a day, but if you're getting up like to 500 or 1,000 per day, if you have a pretty large database, here's what you're going to want to do. Go to your workflow, and right at the top, we're going to add another drip mode. And our drip interval is going to be, let's say 5 every, let's go 10. No, we can do 5. Okay, so we added a drip mode section here. So what this is doing is now we're already adding a drip mode at the top, or in the broader spectrum of things when we enroll everybody into the campaign. And that was 100 per day. And now we added another drip mode action in the actual workflow itself. So we're capping it at 100 per day, but we're also sending 5 messages every minute instead of sending 100 all at once. Now, 100 a day is low enough where you can probably get away with just sending all of them at once. But at the larger scale, if you're sending like 1,000, for example, you're going to want to have this set in place. You want to make it as close to as if a human were doing it as possible. So if you had the cap at 1,000 per day, and then in here, let's say you were sending 50 per minute or 25 per minute or whatever it might be, that would still be more human-like activity than not. not, if that makes sense. But this is just one quick trick that you can use, especially if you're a marketing agency that are running, reactivations commonly for your clients, or if you're just trying to do this for yourself. Either way, it's going to help you out. We appreciate you for watching this video. Hopefully you got some value out of this. We're big fans of you just taking the initiative and watching these videos and doing stuff yourself, because our main goal is that you just take this information, run with it, and make some more money. But if you genuinely need some more help because you don't have the bandwidth or whatever it might be, we do these full build outs for you if you need them. So if you look in the description, you can book a call with our team. We also have a 100% free Skool community with group calls and a bunch of courses that teach you how to do cold outreach, lead generation, CRM setups, etc. So appreciate you watching the video. One last link that we are going to add in this one specifically is a 30-day free trial to GoHighLevel if you are not currently a GoHighLevel user. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.